What they do, you feel me? Back at it again, feel me? I got my special guest with me.
Yeah, DEANDREBOUTMONEY, aka DZ, you already know. Back with another hit.
You already know it, you know it. Fuck the music, man. We drop music all day type shit, you feel me? Special guest number 2.
Oh yeah, you already know me. I'm vibes, but you don't know, but you finna know. Yeah, you already know.
You already know it, man. Man, so look, I still ain't thought of a name for y'all, but y'all the family though. I'm thinking about it. Man, but we back with another reaction. We finna do one.
Disney. Since then, Disney.
Hold on. Goddamn, you two over there acting up real quick. Hold on.
What's going on to me?
Goddamn, hold on now, you two. Calm down.
You just don't know how to play their video.
Hold on, this shit acting up. Okay.
Today we will be reviewing 10 facts that will ruin your childhood. Not Mr. Mosby.
You feel me? That Zach and Cody, I fuck with that Zach and Cody shit, so.
Sweet life on deck, you know, you can't forget that too.
Yeah, man. So I don't know.
And this must be my Asian bitch, love. What her name was? London.
London tip.
Yeah. She was finna get that.
Make me want to put the tip
Shit, she was just tempting.
Let's get started, man.
You already know it.
We all have happy memories of our childhoods, but what if I told you some of those are based on total lies? Whether it's a book, a film, or a TV show you loved as a kid, or maybe just a general fact about your childhood you've always thought back on. A lot of these are total lies and farces, and there are some very dark secrets behind things which made your childhood what it was. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at facts that will ruin your childhood. Strap in, because we're going on a nostalgia trip. But first, subscribe and press the notification bell.
He was ass crazy though.
Walt Disney.
I thought it would have been more like.
In the 1920s, Walter Disney made Disney. Since then, Disney's gone on to make some of the best kids' movies of all time. They also have kids' theme parks and things every kid loved in their childhood. But most people don't know that Walt Disney had a dark past. It's said that Walt Disney did not like Jewish people very much at all. He was also a founding member of the Motion Picture Alliance. This group allegedly had many privately anti-Semitic members. In
So Disney Channel ain't like Jews?
Yeah, Jews.
Yeah, bro, they ain't fuck with the Jews, bro. That's fucked up. This country is the land of the free. They should not be having no hate towards Jews and any religion.
I've been seeing a lot of shit like a lot of Jew jokes like from Family Guy and all like that shit like that. I really don't see no issue with them, so you feel me? But hey.
2014, actress Meryl Streep even said that he was an anti-Semite and misogynist. This claim was even backed up by Walt's grandniece, Abigail Disney. Also, some of his movies, for example Song of the South, have been criticized by the NAACP, that is for perpetuating African American stereotypes. It's kind of crazy to look back at someone who made such great childhood films in this light. But what do you think? Does this ruin Disney for you or not? Mr. Mosby. If you're a 90s kid, I'm sure you remember The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then the later series, The Sweet Life on Deck. Many say that their favorite character in these shows was Mr. Mosby, married...
Hey, what do you think you is, a fucking golfer, bro? You know damn golfer.
Hey, nah, my shit don't be coming up like high heels. This shit is over his knees. That nigga is almost in spandex. I just be wearing some high socks, you know, playing basketball, some gym shorts. You want some long socks? You
gotta keep them ankles.
Not for no gym shorts, nigga.
Yeah.
You crazy. Just not long socks like that. Nah, my socks don't ever be that long.
Every time somebody walk past, gonna be going like this.
My socks don't ever be that long. That nigga shit was yeah.
How Mr. Mosby right here.
Good frame right here.
Better known as Mr. Mosby, was portrayed by Phil Lewis. But before the show aired, the actor Phil Lewis had a pretty dark past. In December of 1991, he was arrested after striking Isabel Duerte with his car. This caused Isabel of Bethesda, Maryland to pass away. He was charged with manslaughter and driving while intoxicated. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit.
Damn.
A court sentenced him to 5 years in prison, but he only served 1. Instead, he began working with a prison-based theatre group. He performed in jails, schools and churches to highlight the consequences of alcohol abuse. Of course, he's now moved on and is a successful actor. But I'm pretty sure no kids watching his TV show
that ain't gonna
realized
make
his
me
dark
stop
past.
watching the Sweet
Frankly,
Life
I'm
on
surprised
Dick
his sentence
or
was...
the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because that's the past, and hey, at least he's teaching the youth about.
Like he walked up on the gun with a gun. You know, it's an accident.
Yeah, Brian Thompson Kennedy, he was also teaching the youth and went to jails and schools about drinking.
We'll remember the movie and story of The Wizard of Oz. And one of the main characters in it is the Cowardly Lion. But did you know that the lion costume in The Wizard of Oz is made of real lion hair? That's right, a lion had to be hunted down and taken out to get this costume. That kind of makes the whole thing pretty creepy. The actor was literally dressed in a deceased lion to play a lion. Recently, the costume was sold for more than $3 million at an auction in New York City. But it attracted a lot of...
So it didn't look too much like a real lion shit.
Yeah, and they actually killed the real lion. They had him wearing the real lion.
They just cut the lion face out, but just kept like...
Yeah, like the fur and shit like that. Yeah.
Motherfucker was weird as shit. Nah,
I mean,
a lot of shows on that weird ass shit though.
I mean, that shit was back then, so I mean, at least they wanted to make the shit look more realistic.
It still didn't look real.
It still didn't, but hey, they at least they try to play it off. But
they try to help y'all asses. They try to get a good.
They try to make it look more real, but you know, they shouldn't have fucked with how the hair look. That's where they fucked up at. They should just let that.
Speak to that lion though.
Yeah, because he wasn't cowardly. You feel me? The niggas who shot him was cowardly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with. Yeah.
That lion would have caught that honey over there. On the side.
Oh, so man.
Yep.
We don't promote violence to animals and shit. We don't do that.
Hell yeah.
Animal friendly over here.
You know it.
For real.
But if I get bit by one of the motherfuckers.
Controversy because it is a real lion. The costume worn by actor Burt Layer weighed over 100 pounds. Lions are now an endangered species around the world. So does this fact ruin The Wizard of Oz for you or not?
Nope.
Elmo.
No, cause I kind of do want that.
I'm pretty sure every kid watched Sesame Street growing up. We loved all of the characters, especially the main character, Elmo. But many don't know the man behind Elmo. That is a puppeteer and actor named Kevin Clash. He performed and voiced Elmo from 1985 to 2012. But why did he stop in 2012? Well, in November of 2012, a man named Sheldon Stevens alleged something against Kevin. He said that while he was underage, him and Kevin had an inappropriate relationship. Kevin acknowledged this and said it was between consenting adults. But 2 weeks later, another accuser came forward to talk about Kevin. That is someone named Cecile Singleton. Kevin then resigned from Sesame Street, and 3 claims were brought against him in court. In 2013, these claims...
Elmo was fucking all the kids.
Yeah, this man was fucking. I see why he had that sweet ass voice. Like,
My son, like, he ain't watching no Sesame Street.
No more Sesame.
We gotta edit Elmo out of that shit.
Yeah. No more Elmo.
No more la 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 la. Elmo's work. Whoa! What if he said? Bro, what if he said that to the kids?
Bro,
That'd been fucked up.
Yeah, that really would be. And the cases got dismissed too. That's really crazy.
But then again, this some kid pop. Bitch, you want to wait 20 years, nigga? You a 34-year-old man, got your own place. Damn, about to have your own kids. Tell me some Elmo touch me. Bitch, you wait too long. You wait too long.
For
you should have said that when it happened. You could have made something of yourself.
Yeah. Y'all can't be waiting that long. As soon as that shit happen, you gotta get on that ASAP. It don't matter how old.
Then I think y'all like that shit. You wait all that time, you like that shit, and you just so happen to check up and find out how much that bitch worth, and you was like, fuck it. Y'all wrong.
Damn elbow popping and shit.
You wrong. Or they was getting paid on that back end just to stay quiet, and then once that checks stopped coming their way, they just wanted to start talking.
And there's a lot of cases that have that same, like, that same scenario and deal, and like that shit's like wrong, bro. When that shit happens, you gotta speak the fuck up, like right then and there type shit. Like, don't be able to hold in that shit, cause that makes you guiltier than like.
And if that motherfucker paying y'all undercover to not say shit, take the money and still say shit. You feel me? Take the money and still say
Yeah,
shit.
you got up at this to that.
Not even with finesse. You feel me? The money that he gave you is evidence.
Yep.
So that means the money the court would give you is gonna be twice, triple, probably 100 times that. You tell the court, nah, give this nigga back this. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
It ain't snitching because
Shall we continue?
Were all dismissed by the court. That's because they were way past the statute of limitations. Do you guys believe Kevin or do you believe the accusers? And does this change the way you see the character of Elmo? I feel bad for Kevin if he did nothing wrong, but if he did do these things, then he gets no sympathy from me.
I just gotta put them in the room with each other and see how they react.
We all know and love the story of Peter Pan, but when you think about it, a boy who never grows up is kind of a strange premise. Where did it come from? Well, we can look to the character's creator, J.M. Barrie. J.M. Barrie has actually revealed the origin of the Peter Pan character, and it's something that recent makers of Peter Pan movies have tried to cover up. Peter Pan is actually based off of J.M. Barrie's 13-year-old brother. The character scholar passed away while isolated, and that's why J.M. Barrie wrote about a boy who never grows up. This makes the whole character a lot more creepy. That's right, the reason why Peter Pan's son Ronaldo is because he's not alive.
I didn't even hear why
Blue Ranger. As a kid, I'm sure you watched the Power Rangers. But do you know who's behind those helmets and colourful suits? Well, one of those people was David Yost. He played the character of Billy, the Blue Ranger in Power Rangers. Sadly, he left his role, but why? Well, he said it's because he was actually bullied by the crew members and cast. That is because he was gay. Later, this bullying even caused him to go to conversion therapy.
I could have should have thought that with the Power
He said, I put myself
Rainbow
through
Colours.
conversion therapy because I didn't want to be gay. I really struggled and struggled and struggled with it. I sort of had to start the process of learning to accept myself, which was very difficult. It took me many years after the fact. So it's pretty sad to learn that these terrible things were going on the set of Power Rangers. It seemed all happy to us as kids, but behind the camera, that's not what was taking place. We never knew these seemingly heroic and powerful characters were bullying and getting bullied on the set. Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is one of the greatest children's authors to ever live, but many don't know about his dark side. Researchers now say Dr. Seuss may have been prejudiced against African Americans and Asian Americans. They criticize the drawings of a Chinese man in the story.
Chinese man.
Y'all seen me catch that.
They see you missed the first one too.
You seen me miss the first one?
Yeah, they get landed about fucking shorts. I felt it.
I made it.
And to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. In the book If I Ran a Zoo, a man also says he would put a person of colour wearing a turban on display. But if you don't think that's bad, then you should really hear about Dr. Seuss's wife. Dr. Seuss actually cheated on his wife, Helen Palmer, and he did this while she was sick with cancer. As a result of this, Helen took her own life. She did this by taking too many pills. Her final note read, I'm too old and enmeshed in everything you do and are. She said, I cannot conceive of life without you. My going will leave quite a rumour. But you can say I was overworked and overwrought. Your reputation with your friends and fans will not be harmed. So even though she took her own life, she still did not want to expose what Dr. Zeus had done.
Dr. Who?
Red Ranger.
Basically, he freaking
We've already covered how the Blue Ranger was bullied for being gay on set, but he isn't the only...
based off that Chinese dude.
The cat in the hat?
Yeah,
What
with
Chinese
that
dude?
blue and the white and the red. It's from the old Chinese drawing or whatnot. And then he also cheated on his wife while she was sick with cancer and she took her own life.
Yeah, she said she was too old for what?
So all that stuff that he was doing, like cheating on her and this and that.
So she could have left.
Hey, she
Yeah,
just
she
started
said
taking on
cancer.
her. Yeah, she had
couldn't
too.
do the blue shit, but probably like about the blood and shit. Yeah, I think but all she could do.
Yes, sir.
I don't promote, you know, if you ever going through something, you know, keep strong. Keep strong.
Power Rangers will ruin your childhood. Ricardo Mendia played the Red Ranger, and in
Everybody go through hard shit, you feel me? Remember that.
2015, he was arrested after taking the life of his roommate, Joshua Sutter. This was after Ricardo used a Conan the Barbarian medieval sword on him. That's right, he literally took his own roommate's life with a medieval sword. It's said this happened because of an argument over a... Let's go!
Let's
go! Keep people! Big brother! Big brother!
He slapped the dice to that boy.
Yeah. My boy turned his ass to prime rib.
Ricardo's girlfriend. In 2017, Ricardo pled guilty to 1 count of voluntary manslaughter, and later that year he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. This changes the way I'll see Red Ranger forever. Ferris Bueller. Every kid, and frankly adult, loves the film Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It stars Matthew Broderick, and he's also been in many other great films. But did you know about his dark past? In 1987, he was driving in Northern Ireland. That was when he crossed into the wrong lane. He then collided head-on with a 28-year-old woman named Anna Gallagher and her mother. Both of them were taken out instantly. Matthew also fractured his leg and ribs in the crash. He was charged with taking a life by dangerous driving. He was facing up to 5 years in prison, but instead got off with a $100 fine. The victim's son and brother called it a travesty of justice. Lion King.
Yeah.
Everyone knows and loves the Lion King movie. And I'm pretty sure as kids our favourite character was Simba. This movie was released in 1994, and the average lifespan of a lion is 15 years. This means if Simba from The Lion King was real, he probably would have passed away back in 2009. And now in 2020 he would almost definitely not be alive. It's pretty sad to think that in real terms our favourite kids movie characters would no longer be alive. But thankfully they're kept alive forever on the silver screen, even if they do have some pretty dark backstories. Let me know in the comments, have any of these facts ruined any TV show, book or movie for you? If they did, then I'm sorry for ruining your childhood memories. Personally, I think the thing that makes me the most surprised is what Mr. Mosby did. Of course, the actor Phil Lewis did not mean to do that, so we can't blame him too much. But he still was driving while under the influence. And of course he has now turned his life around and is beloved. But it's still a pretty dark backstory not many people know about this very popular actor. But now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Vote in the poll in the top right corner for the fact that ruined your childhood most. If you want some more amazing videos, then subscribe to my...
Some of them have some crazy shit though.
Yeah, some of them got real crazy shit. I don't see how they get out.
So, which ruined y'all childhood the most? None.
But to be honest, really none, cause it's what the person behind the show does. To be honest,
my real favorite ones they didn't even talk about. They ain't talking about no Kirby.
Yeah.
If they ever talk about Kirby up there, I'll be like, damn, not Kirby.
They ain't talking about no like Ed and Eddie or some shit
like
like
they
that.
would say some shit about like
no
Dragon
Tales.
Yeah, some shit like that. Like I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, but I mean, it really ain't changed shit for me.
Yeah.
So that's it, y'all, man.
See, Mr. Mosby, he did real good. So hey,
For real.
anything you do bad, you can change to good.
He do need to take them socks. Hey, what if to this day he's still wearing them high ass socks to this damn day?
Probably.
He need his ass whooped. Mr. Mosby, if you ever see this, he need your ass kicked for that.
Bruh, you ain't gonna do nothing, so I don't even know why you saying all that. Alright.
Damn, bro.
We out this bitch. Florida game.
Dang.
Hey, I think I thought of something. Florida game.